Okay, so let me start out by just saying thank you to all you guys for spending some time today with us. Uh, it is greatly appreciated, and we will try to bring this in on time. If you have to jump off because of other obligations, we will send out a link to the recording after it's over. So first, let me start by way of introducing myself. I am David Perlmutter. I am the founder of QuantumListing. I have with me today Adam Cece, who is a summer intern here at QuantumListing. He's a student at SUNY Binghamton in New York, and is an excellent human being and a great worker, and glad that he's here with us. So I have been, like I imagine you folks are, a real estate broker for some time. I started in 1986 at a company called N. Peter Burton. The fax machine was a novelty when I first started, and information services have just gotten more ubiquitous, and everybody now has a computer. I think I was the first person in my office to have their own computer, so I've always had an interest in technology. I started my own company, Perlmutter Properties, in 1989. We're licensed in New York, New Jersey, and New York and Connecticut, and I'm a partner in a New Jersey licensed broker, although I'm not actually a New Jersey broker. During the 90s, I developed several shopping centers throughout the tri-state area. We built about 1.3 million square feet of shopping centers, and in the last 8 years, we sold off most of the shopping centers as the opportunity arose, and I wanted to start another project where I could build equity over the long term. And with LoopNet and CoStar merger and the increase in their cost and the way they restructured the two entities, I thought that QuantumListing would, that's how QuantumListing was born, because I wanted to create a listing service that I would like to use and that was affordable. And so that is how we got to where we are today. So again, thank you for joining us, and we will jump into our presentation now. Okay, just tell me if you can see our screen. Okay. All right. So our motto is search for free, post for less, and share everywhere. When you log into QuantumListing, did the screen switch, the slide switch to the next one? Can somebody tell me? Because it doesn't look like it did on my. Hang on, I may have to Okay. All right. So, sorry about the technical difficulties here. All right. I'm going to have to restart PowerPoint on this. All right. So when you log into QuantumListing, anybody, or even before you log into QuantumListing, before you're a member, if you just come to the site, you can search all of our users' listings for free. All you need, we have a search box right there in the middle of the landing page, and you can start your search from there. You do not have to sign in, you don't have to be a paying member. In today's world of Google and Bing and Yahoo, where you can search everything, it doesn't really make sense to me to have to charge people to search. So that was a very important thing for us. Um, when you sign up, you get a 3-month free trial, and we don't collect your payment information up front. We want you to like us before you start paying for it. We're not like Planet Fitness where we get your credit card and hope you forget to cancel it. We care that you like it. Anybody who has already signed up knows that it just takes 30 seconds or so to sign up. You give us your first name, last name, email address, phone number, web address if you have one, and a password. And you have 2 choices of types of membership. They're enterprise or individual. The difference between individual sort of speaks for itself. Enterprise memberships are for companies with multiple agents, and an admin can manage the agents and all the listings from a single sign-on. So once you have joined, we're going to use the Promoter Properties profile as our point of reference today. Once you have joined, you can edit your profile, and you can, by clicking that little button up there above my logo, it looks like a pencil and paper. And from there, you can add your logo or profile picture. If you are an enterprise user, you can add both. And you can add some biographical information. You can also add links to your company website and social media accounts. And those links will appear on your profile page. Adding listings is very easy. And I know that some of you have joined through Buildout, and it's even easier from Buildout. But for those of us who are not Buildout members yet, you click that little green plus sign, and then hold on, sorry, got a little ahead of myself. Okay, there we go. You have to add a title for the listing, whether it is for lease or for sale or for both. You have to choose an asset type, and I believe we have up to, I think, 20 categories for you to choose from. Price or rent. If it's both for lease and for sale, you'll have an opportunity to put both a for rent price and for sale price. If you choose not to put a price, you can just put 0 and it will show up as inquire. Same for square feet. Date available is something else we want, so that users know how long the listing has been around on the site. Location, you type in the location and then select it from the drop-down menu. You can see that this is an enterprise account because you can select an agent and add multiple agents to a single listing. So that makes it very easy. And then there are additional parameters that you can add: a YouTube link, multiple spaces. You can add an additional URL, which may go back to your own website, or you can even link it to LoopNet if you want, I guess. And so once you have added a listing, it shows up here in your profile. These are what we call listing cards. And it also shows up on the home page of QuantumListing, which is, once you're logged in, the page that you go to at the front of the site. And so everybody gets a chance in the sun until you're replaced by the next first 12 listings. I think there are 12 listings on a page, and so you'll be there till somebody makes you slide off. So it's really easy to edit, archive, and delete the listings. There's a, what happened there? Sorry about that. Lost my edit. There's 3 little dots at the top when of your listing when you're on your profile page, and you just click that, and that will allow you to make one of those choices. When you archive a listing, you can reactivate it later. We encourage our users to archive listings rather than delete them once they've been sold or released for a few reasons. One, you can reactivate it and not have to do the data entry if it becomes available again. And 2, you have private notes, which you can keep on any listing, yours or somebody else. But if you want to give yourself a little reminder to when to collect the renewal commission, or have some record of who the owner was or who was involved in the transaction with you, you'll always be able to reference that. I find it very nice to have the archive because I can see all the deals that I've done in the last year or so, and it kind of makes you feel good when you see that you've done 15 deals in the last 6 months or something. So and then we have a new comparable database which we just started, and hopefully over time will become a useful resource to you. And when you go to archive or delete your listing, you are asked if you want to include it in the comparable database, and you can add the sale or lease date and the price that it went for as well. If you're an enterprise user, you can add the managers to help with the workflow, which is a nice thing, especially for the larger companies who have multiple marketing people. And with your enterprise account, you can add as many agents as you want as well. We try to be a little social also, and we have some new things which also help with that. You can follow an individual user, and when you go to their profile page, you'll see a green follow button, which you would click, and then you would find on your profile page who you're following and who is following you. And when you click that follower or following link, you'll see the folks who are following. And if you click on their name here, you'll go to their profile page and see that individual's listings. You can see here on this page where the social links are that you added when you were editing your profile. The stream, which is highlighted down at the bottom of the screen, is where you'll see all of the listings for the people that you are following. So that's a nice, easy way to catch up with that. And also, with the you can sort that information as well. Robert Skinner asks, he's licensed in New York and New Jersey. Should I create 2 profiles? You don't have to. One profile will do for all of your listings. Another nice feature we have is you can save listings. At the top of the listing card, you'll see a little ribbon. If you click on it, it gets highlighted in green. Robert says, I work for 2 companies. In that case, you might want to have two different profiles. That would be fine. So you can save any listing, and then you'll find it on your profile page. I was talking with a woman up in Massachusetts the other day, and she called her profile page her home base. So I kind of liked that. And you'll find your saved listings back on your profile page. We mentioned the private notes. There's a gray stripe on the listing detail page, which is what happens when you click through on a listing card. You go to its detail page, and so you just click that little pencil icon, and that's how you make the private notes. We have real-time analytics for your listings. So you can see listing views. This is a cumulative listing views. And you can see it for a period of a week, a month, or for all time. You can see the number of account views. If you're an enterprise account, you can see agent views as well. You can also see analytics for the number of times people have shared either your profile or your listings, and you can drill down on how that is being shared, whether it's by social media or email. And I'm probably forgetting one form of analytics, but we'll do a live demo when this is all done here. As for how many people have seen your listing, or anybody else's listing for that matter, when you click through to a listing detail page, that information is available right up on the top right corner, and that updates in real time. So you always know where you stand. So there are a lot of features available to you from a listing detail page. Some of them, the last few, you need to be signed in, or most of these you need to be signed in as a registered user. Others are available to anybody. That red circle with the funny triangular icon is a sharing icon. We'll come back to that in a moment. But on that gray ribbon, again, you have another opportunity to add a listing to your favorites, and then you can create an iframe snippet. And what that allows you to do is to take the code that is generated and paste that into a page on your website or blog, and QuantumListing will then serve your listing. And you can also do this for your profile. It will serve that to your profile, to your website or blog. So there's a bunch of companies which use QuantumListing to serve their listings to their website. My company, Promoter Properties, is one of them. It's similar to, I guess, LoopLink. We do not charge anything additional for that service. For us, we love to give you lots of features and not charge you lots of money for them. So that you can make your personal notes. You can add listings to a listing report, so you can create a survey for customers or for your own internal use. Create a listing flyer is a nice feature that we have. If you don't have a flyer for your listing yet, QuantumListing will create one for you with the information that you have loaded into your listing. So the pictures and any details in your contact information will show on that listing flyer. Download the user's flyer. That one, if you have uploaded a flyer, you and anybody who's registered can download the flyer from the listing detail page. And again, that gets reflected in the analytics. So the red sharing icon, which we mentioned a moment ago, you can see allows you to share any listing to, and you can also do this with your profile, by the way, to Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, or Google Plus, and email. So that's great. And if somebody clicks on contact and clicks on your email address there, it will generate an email from you to them, and it will reference the property that they're emailing you about. We have two things in our search function. You can search by location and search by user. There is a new icon just to the left where it says enter location. And after you've entered a location for a search, if you click that little icon, which looks like a point on a piece of paper, a location point, a little pop-up will come asking if you want to make that search your default search. So it's just another way that we can save you a little bit of time when you come to QuantumListing. You can filter the searches, so you can filter by radius, the asset type, deal type, date available, size, and price. And also if no price or size was included. Oh, here we go. This is the sharing icon on your profile page, and everybody's profile page too, will allow you to share your profile via Google+, LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter, and also create, that's the golden brackets at the right side of that it creates the iframe code to share to your website or blog. And then to the left of that, you can see the links to your social media. One of the great things about beefing up your profile with a profile picture and bio and social links is that all those things make your profile more search engine friendly. So if somebody's typing in your name into a search engine, a better chance that it will show up the more developed your profile is. Plus, it helps potential customers get to know you a little bit better. So here is an example of using the iframe code on a website. Here it's the Promoter Properties website. And one of the great things about this is that it has your company branding surrounding the listings. So it doesn't look like you're just serving up a page from QuantumListing. It looks like it's a page that's on your website. So that is nice. And the other thing that I love about this is that when you make a change in QuantumListing, it makes a change in real time on your website. And it used to be that when I would get a new listing, I would send the information to my designer. She would do a design. She would send it to her coder, and eventually it would get done. Sometimes it would take 2 or 3 weeks. And now I can take control of that and have it happen in 10 minutes, which is something that I love. Robert asks EV charging, and so we have EV charging as one of the information things on the listings, and I added that out of a selfish interest in that I leased a Chevrolet Bolt electric vehicle last September, and electric vehicles are the future, in my opinion, so I figured let's get ahead of the future. But thank you for asking that, Robert. Here is an example of using an iframe to serve an individual listing to a web page. And again, if I make an update on QuantumListing, it gets updated in real time on my website. You can see here that the image, the featured image, is the thumbnail from a YouTube video that I did of a particular site that I'm leasing. So that's another option that you can add YouTube videos. All right, so we have a new feature we introduced a month or so ago, quantum listing networks. And quantum listing networks allow, well, basically, when it sort of has evolved over time, and what we decided to do with networks is, in the beginning, is to create a network for every state. So when you join Quantum Listing, we're going to assign you to at least one network based on the state where your listings are, if you've added listings, or if you don't have any listings, we assign you to the network based on your telephone area code. In today's world where people have cut the cord and use cell phones, it is a slightly imperfect metric because when you move from New York to New Jersey, you're not necessarily going to change your area code. So we have created a mechanism where you can request to opt in to other networks as well. And if you wanted to, if you're a company with multiple offices, one way that you could have all the offices connected and their listings connected is by creating a network for your company, which will help you set up. And it's a beautiful thing because you can then see your listings, by office, by agent, or as an aggregate. So that's a nice thing. And network admins have access to the ability to send emails to the network members. We haven't really used that much yet because we're still trying to figure out exactly how we want to do that without becoming spammy. And the network admins also will have some network analytics which they can share with their members as well. So over time, the networks should become a very powerful feature for all of our users. So here's an example of me looking at one of my networks, which looks like the New York State network. And you can search by listing, location, by listing title, asset type, trade type, whether old to new, high price to low price. So just another cool, easy way for you to get information without having to work too hard for it. We have another feature in the network grouping, shows the latest updates to your network. So if somebody is in there adding a listing, adding a new agent, editing a listing, you can click on that and find out what is happening so you can be informed about what's going on in your network. So just a couple of days ago, we introduced a new feature, quantum listing groups. And the networks, as they have evolved, are a more or less top-down thing where we're assigning folks to networks. Groups allow you, the user, to start your own group or join groups of your colleagues in your area. And these are more micro. So these are the folks that you're going to do business with on a regular basis, or whose listings you want to see. And so it's another way that we're trying to make getting the information that you need accessible in a very, very easy, fast way. In the coming month, we'll be introducing some network chat features or group chat features, which should make them useful, even more useful. And we hope that it becomes something that people love. It's so new that we don't know what it's going to look like, because when you plan these things, they're one thing, and then when people start using them, they make it their own, and that's a great thing. And we can't wait to see the creative ways that our users take this tool that we've given them and what they do with it. So here you can, an example of how you can opt into or ask to join a group in addition to being able to create groups. And there is like we have the network newsfeed, we also have a group newsfeed. So again, you can stay in touch with your colleagues and see what they're doing without being too obtrusive. One thing, my own dream for this is that maybe one day this will cut down on the horrendous number of emails of listings I send and I get sent on a daily basis, because you might be able to just go to your network or your group and see what's going on instead of having to go through 300 emails a day. And this just shows you how you can add members to your group. And this again shows you how you can add listings and search and sort through your group's listings. And I'm sure you're saying, well, how much does it cost? So as those of you that are already members know, and I think we mentioned already, when you join, you get 3 months free. Again, we don't collect your credit card number up front. After the 3 months are up, it is $79.99 a year for an individual user, and for enterprise users, it's $79.99 per year per agent. We changed the enterprise pricing a little, where it used to be $899.99 for any size enterprise, and we realized that it wasn't fair to enterprises that had fewer than 12 members in them. So we did the democratic thing and changed the pricing to a per agent basis. Here's my contact information. That phone number is my direct phone. If you want my cell phone, it's 914-262-0026. Always, I love talking with customers one-on-one. I'm a broker, so I have very thick skin. If you see something you don't like, don't worry about hurting my feelings. That's how we keep on making this thing better. I love getting ideas for features from our users, because we're a small team here, and it's a wide world of a lot of creative, smart people, and if you've got an idea how to make it better, we want to hear it, and we will try to implement it. So thank you for this opportunity to present QuantumListing. I guess before we go look at the website live, tell me, I'll open the floor up for any questions. If you can either say them out loud or put them in the chat box. Any questions? Oh, I hear somebody typing. How many listings for individuals? Oh, so when you are a member of QuantumListing, and you're paying your $79.99 a year, or you're on a free trial, you get an unlimited number of listings. You can add as many listings as you want, and we love it when you add lots of listings, especially since we're a new site. The more listings, the better, and it makes it much more valuable for everybody. The more people we have using this, and uh, um, the more people using it, and the more listings that we have. So Robert also asks a summary on the similarities and differences between us and LoopNet. Uh, hmm. Okay. Do you want that in writing, Robert, or do you want that? Oh, Christine, sorry, not Robert. First of all, LoopNet, in my company, I have a 15 listing plan with LoopNet, and I pay, I believe, over $3,000 a year for that listing. Companies, I think, on average, pay, from what I hear from people who are getting new, whose memberships have rolled, have to pay on average, I think, $20 per listing per month. If you have 120 listings, it begins to get really expensive. Um, the other thing that differentiates us is that we share all of your listings to social media for you. So they get added to our Twitter feed and queued up to be sent out to LinkedIn, Facebook, and Google Plus. Um, we got a complaint saying that LoopNet has fake listings and he's paying over $100 per month for one listing. That's criminal. So, uh, you know, I don't know what to say to that other than we charge $79, and there's no listing tiers with us. I know that they always try to upsell you on Loop when you add a listing to premium or gold or platinum or diamond. We don't do that. We are very democratic in how we treat our users' listings. Um, Everybody gets a shot at the front page. Uh, we just started an integration with a service called Buildout. I don't know if any of you guys are users of Buildout. Um, we have a little video queued up, I think, which I'll show you right now since you mentioned it. Let me find. Okay. So Buildout is one of the leading companies in making marketing materials and other documents for commercial real estate brokers. And so we now have a syndication option with Buildout. So if you're a Buildout user and you've created your listings on Buildout, you'll see right here that you can choose QuantumListing as a syndication partner. And so this guy here is connecting his account to us, and then I believe you select which listings you want to send to QuantumListing. They come in automatically, and they get updated in real time as you update them. And for me, as you know, it's so exciting for me to see somebody joining QuantumListing through Buildout, and within like 2 minutes they have 30 listings that they've added to the site. And we haven't even done our press release or any real announcement on this. This is just people started discovering it on their own. So it is so exciting. And as a result of that, we're going to grow very, very quickly in the next couple of months. We have other integrations like that planned. One with Real Connects, and a couple others that are not far enough along to announce. But I think having it easy for people to first of all, adding a listing for any of you guys that have done it manually, it's really easy. It takes a couple of minutes to add a listing, and like through Buildout, you can add dozens of listings in no time at all. Christine says that she's a Buildout user and she loves it. I think that's pretty much the reaction from everybody. I think it takes a little bit of time initially to upload your listings into Buildout, but once you do that, you're golden, and it takes very little work to maintain them. And so I don't know Buildout's pricing, and I'll leave that between you folks and Buildout, but I'm a big fan of what they're doing, and would encourage you to at least check it out, if not become a customer yourself. So now, I guess once again ask if anybody has any questions, and then we'll go have a look at QuantumListing.
This is Frank. I got to run. Sounds great. Looking forward to it. Finally got a good source other than that other unnamed source. I look forward to it, and I'll be signing up.
Thank you, Frank. That's terrific. I look forward to seeing you, and same goes for everybody. Let me know how we can help you. I posted a tweet this morning when I was at the gym, and I was like, it's called marketing. It's not marketed. It's something that you got to go out and do every single day. And with our helping you by posting it to our social media and having all these links to social media that are so easy for you guys to take advantage of from every listing, it makes it easy for you to market your listing. And hopefully our networks and our groups will also add to the ease with which you can market your listings, because our time is really best spent showing space to customers and making deals. That's what are those landlords hire you for, or what tenants want you to do for them. So anything that we can do to help make that process easier for you is a great thing, and we are happy to be a part of that. So now, hopefully you can see our screen, and this is the website today, right now as we speak. It's live. Right before I got onto the webinar here, this guy, Kevan Mirbaksh, I hope I didn't do anything too bad to his name, joined through Buildout and added, let's drill down and see. We're going to his profile page. It looks like he was diligent and added lots of social media, including Instagram. I give him a lot of credit for adding Instagram. I have Instagram, but I don't use that one as much as I probably should. So looking at his profile, we can see that he has 22 listings. He's now going to have at least one follower, me. And is that not working? We may have caught a bug. This is the sharing icon that we've talked about. So we can send an email of his profile through this, and you can search his listings by title, location, asset type, trade type, etc. This listing's already had 27 views since it was posted, and it really was about 45 minutes ago, so that's great. Here's how you search by user. There's Robert Skinner. Looking good, Robert.
Thank you.
We gotta get you add some more listings. And you can search by location. So my home base is in White Plains, so we have a nice selection of listings. On the map, people often ask, what does the green circle mean? And sometimes it's yellow or red, depending on the number of listings. Basically means that there are two listings clustered very close together. So if you click on that, it will drill down and show you all the other listings within that close cluster of listings. If you click on the gray tag, it will show you, it will highlight the listing for you. This is actually a new feature here where the little map tag pops up. So yeah, I'm learning stuff. And then this is how you set a default search location. So next time I go search, let's see. You just click on that. My old default location was New York. So, all right. So now let's go have a look. Oh, here's something just while we're at the top of the page here. The How It Works section is a great resource for you if you are looking for how to do something on QuantumListing that you can't quite figure out on your own. If you don't see an article, and we have over 36 articles, I think, and we'll be adding some more based on our recent updates, you can send us a email through here. Here in the bottom right corner of every page is intercom, so you can start a conversation with us, and we get back to you as quickly as we can on that. If you can add a file to it, like a screenshot that will show you that might help you. You can do that through intercom. So just a couple of ways that you can get in touch with us there. We do have a iPhone app and a Android app, and you can download, get the links to those to download them to your device. I would say that between 25 and 30% of our site visits are to our website from mobile devices. Our site is mobile responsive, so you don't need to have the app. But if you're an app person, and we've got them for you. And also up here is our blog. We post something at least once a week. Sometimes they have little Easter eggs in them about how you can get some more free time. So I would encourage you to check our blog. This lesson from Mr. Ambrose, I will tell you, is one of the posts that has an Easter egg in it. So I would encourage you to read that, and you might find a way to get some more free time there. So let's go look at the Perlmutter Properties profile page. Wow, that's a lot of P's. Say that 5 times fast. So on the left-hand side, here's the icon to edit your profile. And here we've added a logo and a profile picture, which is the bigger form of our logo. We're an enterprise account. It looks like our account is expiring today. So you can click on that and you'll go to the payment page, and you can add a month. Actually, this needs to be updated to our new pricing policy, but you can just send us an email. All of the payments are done securely through PayPal. We do not have access to any of your credit card information, and we like it like that, and it's secure, and in today's world, that's a good thing. So let's go back to the profile. So the profile page you always get to by clicking the icon in the upper right corner that looks like a head and shoulders. Again, here's my social media and sharing things. Let's here's the listing archive for my company. And these are all the deals that we've done in the last 6 months or a year. This one I picked up a check on this one on Monday, so yay. Saved listings we talked about. And you see you can unsave a listing by clicking the same ribbon that you do to save it. Since we're an enterprise member, here are the links. I can add a manager if I want somebody to help me with a workflow. And to add agents, same thing, just click that green plus sign up there in the corner. Here are networks. Let's see what networks I have joined. I'm in the Upstate network, the Westchester network, New Jersey, Connecticut, and New York, which is all of New York State, I believe. And so I can see the network listings here. I can select, if I'm a member of more than one network, I can select which network listing I want to, which networks listings I'd like to see. And here again is the network news. And the groups, have I joined any groups yet? Let's see. It looks like I have, so I can see what my groups are here. Group members, you can select which network you want to see, or which group, you want to see. Group listings, same thing. Social, under social you'll see who's following you and who you're following, and the stream, which has all of those listings for the people that you're following. And info is where you're going to find the analytics, the notes, comparable data, and syndication channels. So let's have a look at analytics. And so you can see in this week, 101 people have viewed the Promoter Properties listings. And the last month, 641. So it's like we're getting some notice. We do, and part of the reason our numbers are relatively high is because we do use QuantumListing to serve our listings to our website all time, which was really from last October when we added the new version of the website, 5,600 views of our listings. So you can see account views, agent views. We noticed a bug this week where there are negative numbers here on the profile shares. We figured out they can't actually have negative numbers, so we'll fix that one. It shows you here how many times people have exported our listings, and we will be adding a feature that if somebody exports your listing or downloads your listing, they will be able to give you their email address at their option. Privacy rules are a big deal these days, as well they ought to be, and so hopefully it'll be a bit of a lead capture thing for you. And we've been talking to our friends over at Digsy AI about using a new lead capture widget, which would pop up on listings, and potential tenants could fill out a form which would give you more lead information, what they're looking for, where they're looking for it, and their contact information. So we're hoping that comes online sometime by the fall, maybe sooner. And I see we've got 3 minutes left. Is there anything? Oh, comparable data. Again, it's brand new, so we don't have a lot of information there yet. I think right now you can only see your own comps. And hopefully over time it will become a great resource. And of course, we do not charge you extra. Syndication channels. We are not Buildout subscribers, but Christine, you'll see on your syndication channels, you would see Buildout on yours. So in the last 3 minutes, because I don't want to keep you guys any longer than I already have, I see Christine's already asked a question, which is, how are you on search rankings? When I look up addresses for our properties, LoopNet is always at the top. Okay, so that's an excellent question. And I will tell you that one of our big initiatives in the last few months has been search engine optimization. And it really is beginning to pay dividends. We've implemented something called, again, I'm not a technical person, static search pages, and they are very Google friendly. I will give you guys a tip. When you enter a location in the search box at the top of the page and enter it, it automatically creates a new static search page. So I would encourage you, as a way of sort of hacking the system a little bit, to add up in there each location, street address for your listing, because then I expect it will pop higher in Google searches. There's rankings of websites that are done by Alexa, which is an Amazon company, of course. In the last 3 or 4 weeks, we've gone from like 3,700,000 to about 700,000 in the United States. We're now ranked 75,000 and change. So these search engine optimization things that we're doing are really, really helping, getting more listings on here, getting more users on here, and is really going to help with that too. So that number is going to keep on climbing, and we're going to end up higher in Google search results. I'm highly confident. Every day it should, we're improving a little bit. We do add, for every town that people have listings in, we do add static search pages ourselves. But if you want to do it for your specific property, I would do that hack where you enter it up in the search bar, and it'll help you. We don't have the budget that LoopNet does to spend on keyword advertising, so we're not going to be doing a lot of that. Our goal is to be a low-cost provider, and so I don't expect that will change. But there are ways that we can get there without spending a lot of money, and therefore keeping the price really low for you guys. Any more questions before we say goodbye? All right. I would say going on. We ran 1 minute over. I apologize for that. Thank you all for watching and listening and contributing your wonderful questions. Do put your street address in the chat box if you haven't already, so that we can send you our swag. And thank you guys for, again, and love having you guys as customers, and please give us any feedback, good, bad, or suggestions, so that we can keep on making this better. All right. Thanks, everybody.
David.